Welcome back, everybody. We continue our celebration of the Kennedy King Memorial Initiative with a look at what the future holds for this iconic landmark. Take a look.
We're really excited about the future of this place in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Park. We're actually now in an effort to make the grounds that we stand on a national park. It would be the second national park in the state of Indiana, behind the Indiana Dunes, but really to commemorate the legacy of what happened here in this place, just on the corner of 17th and Broadway in downtown Indianapolis. It's to note that it would also be the only public recognition of Senator Robert Francis Kennedy in the United States of America. So we're standing on hallowed ground.
Why for you, and obviously this organization, is that so important to do? Not just be local, to just extend that reach for all to know about and all to see.
We have a story here, a story that every child of Indianapolis needs to know, and truly every child of America needs to know. It's a story of healing. It's a story of sort of a grief-inspired activism where when we're feeling low, when we're feeling down, when we're feeling despair from whatever the cause may be, when we come together, when we put forth a collective energy and effort to do something positive and do something good, we can accomplish anything. So it's really inspiring everyone with this story, because it's not something that we need to keep to ourselves in Indianapolis. We need to share this with the entire United States and frankly with the world.
This is a very unique place, and we are so proud from the city of Indianapolis's perspective that our visitors and our residents can come here and reflect and learn. And it's within a short drive, arguably a bike or a walk from our downtown and our hotels and our restaurants and our museums. And so this is a place that Visit Indy proactively tells our visitors about. That if you're looking for a place to reflect and learn, if you're looking for a place to bring your family, this is a place you don't want to miss when you come visit Indianapolis.
I've actually stood here with now a senior of our community who remembered sitting in this tree that day, on April 4th, 1968. I've talked with people who felt that ripple of hope as his words sort of reverberated through the crowd, and as they walked home not knowing exactly how to feel and how to move forward, that Dr. King had been killed. You know, it's a story that, you know, oftentimes we don't sit at the feet of our grandparents to hear. Everyone remembers where they were when they heard Dr. King was killed. But how can we then harness that to do something greater and do something positive? So I've been here with young people as they've looked and wondered, you know, wow, who are these guys? I've talked to young, you know, third graders here who said, frankly, Dr. King was only helping black people. And I had to correct them and say, no, he had a message not just for you, not just for me, but for the entire world. Robert Francis Kennedy oftentimes doesn't get the due that he deserves because of his brother being president of the United States. It's tough to follow behind that, but he has a legacy as well. He, you know, was very outspoken on the Vietnam War, very outspoken to understand poverty and how it was affecting folks in Appalachia and in the Mississippi Delta. So having an opportunity to teach young people this history of our city, this history of our country, I think we need to grab a hold of every chance to really pass that on to inspire the next generation.
We know that when people visit Indianapolis, they think of us as a sports-minded city, and rightfully so. What really surprises them is when they learn about the King Kennedy Memorial, this piece of art, this space that plays such an important role in Indianapolis' history as well as the country's history. And there's no time better suited to bring visitors here, bring youth here, bring the community here to learn, to grow, and our collective journey on equality. And so to have this green space, to have this physical space where so many heard the message on April 4th, it's so unique to have that in the city's landscape.
Yeah.
And we know that also when visitors learn about this space, they gravitate to this space. That predates the pandemic. Countless visitors come to Indianapolis, and when they learn about this space, they want to descend here, they want to reflect here, they want to visit here, and they want to learn and grow. And so that has not changed. If anything, that's grown since the summer, and we're happy about that. We're proud to have this place in the city's landscape as an amenity, as an attraction, as a historical place for our visitors and residents alike.
There's more that brings us together than what divides us. It's really when we get to understand who one another is and the commonalities that we all share and the hopes for a brighter future. You know, Dr. King said we fear each other because we don't know each other. So the symbolism in that is that they're reaching out to one another and they never touch, because the work is really incumbent upon us to continue and to reach across those lines and those artificial divisions that we've allowed to divide us, to separate us by communities, to separate us by neighborhoods, townships, and counties, and to really be the best that we can be.
Wow, I want to watch that again, Amber. That was good
line,
stuff.
It really was. They're so powerful, and those gentlemen are so articulate and passionate about what they do. But that line that stuck with me, what MLK said, we fear each other because we don't know each other. And that was, you know, so many years ago,
Yeah.
which is still so pertinent today.
It will
So I
always be
encourage
that.
you,
Yep.
to watch those segments in their entirety on IndyStyle.tv. And we encourage everyone to visit the park and really reflect on what you find there as well.
So great that that's
good
right in our
stuff.
backyard.
It's right there.
Our
And,
show
and I
is-
never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't either. And I loved everything that they had to say. Our show was so inspiring. I found
Yeah.
today just the best
Aw.
way to start off a good Tuesday.